I just filmed an entire clip that was probably like almost 10 minutes long, and turns out my camera was not recording, so great. It's fine, we're gonna refilm it. Can I get demonetized for this? I just realized I'm swinging around a massive knife and I don't know if that's allowed. So basically, earlier this week, I got back from a trip to Colombia. My partner has been traveling in South America for the past like 2 months, so I basically went down to meet him while he was in Colombia. We went to a little hostel that was run by a guy who is a highliner. If you don't know what highlining is, here is me doing it very poorly, and here is my partner doing it very, very well. So we went down there, and it was a welcome break for me because I think that the Colombia trip was a really good distraction. I guess it came at the right time, and honestly, it was nice to be down there. It was fantastic to be removed from everything here and to be far away from home. I feel like when you leave the situation that you're in and you go traveling, for example, sometimes it gives you a better idea of the bigger picture and a bit more of like a bird's eye view of where you came from. And I feel like it kind of just put a lot of things in perspective for me. I was, you know, hanging around with a bunch of people who were so excited and so passionate about what they were doing because I was with the Highline community, which is just like a global community of people who are just super stoked about highlining, basically. You know, even though it's not like I was hanging out with a bunch of writers or something, you can always like feel the energy of passionate people, and I just love being around people who are so excited about what they're doing. And I also had a lot of time in my own mind to kind of sort through the perspective shift and really kind of start to analyze everything that I'm doing here, that I've been doing at home, you know, what kind of jobs I've been looking for, what I've been pursuing, and what I've been spending my energy on. With all that being said, I basically came to the conclusion that it's kind of funny because I feel like I've actually come to this conclusion before, but sometimes you have to come to the same conclusion multiple times in order to really like internalize it. And my conclusion is basically that I think the healthiest thing for me, the most productive thing, and the way that I can benefit both myself and, you know, the world around me in the biggest way possible is by going back into freelancing. Because I felt like I was getting to a really good place with my mental health and kind of my healing. And that's something that I want to get back to, and I think that that's going to be through freelancing. So that is where we are now. We're going to aim for 2 videos per week. I really want to get back into the community and get back into my writing, and yesterday was such a great day for it. I felt so good about the words that I got. 10,000 of them as well. I feel like the plot is really starting to come together. It's still an absolute dumpster fire, if I'm being totally honest, but it's a dumpster fire with a little bit less flame and a little bit more logic to it, you know? I am also considering reopening my Patreon. I was really struggling with what to actually post on my Patreon. And you guys know I go back and forth a lot with like how to monetize the things that I love doing. But like at this point, I've never wanted to monetize the things that I love doing and the things that I'm passionate about. And yet that's something that I always ended up doing, which I then started to rebel against in the past year or so because I really felt the pressure to just like pump out content all the time because I was monetizing it. And now I'm kind of coming back around to the fact that if I want to freelance and if I really want to like market my books and sell these books or get a traditional publisher, I'm gonna have to get better at monetizing my art and doing that in a healthy way. So it's kind of just how the pendulum swings, you know, like it swings one way and you don't want to monetize any of your art and you just want to keep it all for yourself so that the outside world influence doesn't affect it whatsoever. And then the pendulum swings the other way and you just want to monetize everything that you do so that you can keep supporting your art. But then it's like, is this at the cost of selling my soul and not actually enjoying my art anymore? And I feel like when you like put the effort into working through this kind of process, the pendulum starts to swing a little bit less. And I think it'll always swing between the two extremes, but I think as you like find healthy habits and find a good balance, it swings less. It hovers more around the middle where the balance is. So today, once I have finished, oh my God, I have coffee. Holy shit, I have coffee. Oh yeah. I don't know if this cup is heat proof, but I hope it is. You just got quite the life update. And that is what this vlog is basically about. I'm gonna try and organize my life a little bit in Notion. I have some projects that I'm working towards, including something that I think is gonna be really exciting for others who watch my channel who might be writers or aspiring authors, that I think can be also really, really valuable to my audience. So I'm excited about that. I need to make a timeline for that today. I think I'm gonna use Notion because I was watching one of my other favorite YouTubers who does like garden stuff. She used Notion to plan her entire garden, and there's so much more to Notion than I thought there was. So we're gonna take advantage of that. This is how I like my mushrooms. Oh yeah. I say they're not actually that burnt, they just look really burnt. That 10K day yesterday got me going. Like, I wanna write another 10,000 words. I felt so, like, it felt, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think if you write, or if you're a creative, or if you just have those things that you can get into the flow for and you haven't done them for a while, and then you jump back in and you get to do them again, it feels like, it's like the colors of the world become brighter. Like, things are just so much more exciting, and it feels like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. It feels like I've been like reconnected to the universe. I know that sounds super dramatic, but that's genuinely how it feels when I get to like enter the flow state with writing, and when I come back to it after it's been too long. Then I need to reach out to a client that I have that I'm doing like a volunteer, or it's kind of like a service trade, because I want to build my portfolio for freelancing. So I need to organize that. And then we need to do some writing, because I've added some more scenes and I have a better idea of where the story's going, and I just want to keep writing. So you just got a massive update, and this is going to be a huge vlog. So I hope you're ready. Also, this is my like, I'll just write kind of goals on this board. I have this goal gift tally, which is a way that I'm trying to motivate myself to like get things done. Here I have, this one is for 30 minutes of web dev. If I do 30 minutes of web dev, website development, I will put a tally. And then once I get 40 tallies, I get to buy a new book. I went to university for computer science, and I have created websites before, but things change a lot in the tech world, and I'm kind of like refreshing my skills. So that's what that's for. I was watching Sarah Sutton's vlog today, and I realized that the third book in the Last Hours series by Cassandra Clare is out, and I need it. So my gift for this is that I get to buy a new book if I finish 20 hours. So honestly, my goal is gonna be to try and finish that by Monday, because I need that book. This is the thing that I'm trying to do to sort of like motivate myself, and also convince myself to not spend money impulsively, because in this way I'm like, I'm still gonna buy books because I'll never stop buying books, but at least with this, I have to like earn the right to buy the book, I guess. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if it works. Also, I was just looking, like for the video, I was adding the old covers from Old Blood of Amberon, and I haven't looked at this one in a really long time, but I really like this. Like, this is a cool cover, right? I feel like it's a little dark and a little too contrasty, but I can fix that. And also like this sword, like the graphic, I completely custom designed in Photoshop because I couldn't like find one that I liked. And all the symbols and stuff were ones that I just created. But I feel like I really like that. And then I had a second one that was supposed to be like a simpler version, which I also like, but I actually like, where is it? This one. I actually think that this one was really cool. And then this is one that I did on, this was like original. So I drew this one on my tablet, and did like the graphics and stuff. And then I did this part just in Photoshop, and this was when it was just called Of Blood and Amber. It wasn't called Blood of Amberum yet. But yeah, I was just like looking through old covers and I actually really like them. I feel like I should do some designing for Between the Waves. I just got back from a walk with Luna. She's currently playing. Can you see her? Which is good because she's been very sick and really not feeling herself. So this is a really good thing that's going on. So I'm making a thumbnail for my video. I'm probably gonna make a small late lunch. It's 2 p.m. I just wanna get this video uploaded because it's going up tomorrow. And then I'm gonna do like the content edit of the actual 10K words in a day vlog. Just to like start the edit for that because I want that to go up on Monday. Once I've got that done and I've had some food, I'm going to do an hour of web development review. I'm currently doing a course on Udemy for it. That's kind of like an overall review course. It is good, but I will say, I think just because I have more experience than someone who's like a beginner, a lot of it is very repetitive and I'm like watching a lot of it on 2 times the speed just so that I can get through it because it's kind of just like review. But I'm gonna do an hour of that and then I'm gonna sit down for half an hour or maybe an hour, however long it takes, we shall see. So that's the plan now. I do think that I will be doing some writing, but I think I'll do it a bit later in the day. I just wanna get this kind of like work stuff done, I suppose. So I want to get the like worky, not as fun, overwhelming stuff done, and then tonight I'm gonna do the writing.
Way of seeing how our code works. It doesn't look very good. We have lots of code inside the if and then opposite else. Let's say we added another if sentence. Rather, we want two shifts there.
It's 6:43. I worked longer than I was supposed to. I told myself I was gonna stop at 5. Obviously I did not do that, but I got sucked into making a website, which you guys kind of saw. I showed you some of it. I think what I'm gonna do, this is the plan, and this video is gonna be out like a week or 2 after I've done this probably. So my videos are kind of out of order right now. I think that by the time this video goes out, I'll have more information to give you guys. We'll see. Or what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make author websites. I've been kind of going back and forth. I obviously went to school for computer science. I've created websites before, but I was trying to find something that was kind of like my niche, I guess. Obviously, because of the writing, I feel like a very natural direction to go with it is towards authors. And in the future, I would love to do like websites for artists as well, and just like all sorts of different artists. But I really think that making websites for authors is something that I would really love to do, specifically indie authors. I feel like websites are expensive and I don't want to like undervalue myself, but especially while I'm starting to build my portfolio and stuff, I think that it would be really cool to offer like super affordable, fully customizable websites for indie authors and anyone else who wants one. I'm gonna finish this one tomorrow. I think I want to add some like fun movement pieces just to kind of make it really like pop. And then I want to make 2 other designs that have different layouts just to kind of show some variety in what I can design. And then I think once I have, my plan is to have 3 different layouts to show. I'm probably gonna go and ask some of my writing friends if I can like use their stories and create like mock websites based on their stories. So I think once I have 3 layouts to kind of show people, I'm gonna make a post and I think I'm just gonna offer like 3 people a custom website for super cheap. So I think that's the plan, but it's almost 7. I am going to go to Hoop tonight. Hoop is at 8:30, I believe. It's from 8:30 to 9:30. We'll see if I've lost my strength, but for right now, I'm gonna friggin' close my laptop, get rid of that. I've been staring at it for too long and I already feel like I want to keep working at it with it sitting open. That's something that's also kind of nice that I wanted to mention, is that like this is the second day in a row that I've kind of found a bit of a flow state with what I've been doing. Yesterday it was writing. Today it's coding, which I used to be able to find like flow state with very easily. I think that I don't know, I just really like coding. Even though going to school for it kind of ruined it for me for a while and really burnt me out, there were aspects of it that I really, really enjoyed, and it's like a fun puzzle to me. Like it's very much a problem solving satisfaction thing, and I just got so sucked in, and yeah, I'm excited to keep going, but I need to stop looking at a screen now. Take Luna for a walk because she definitely needs to go, and then come back. I need to shower at some point, and then I need to go to hoop, and then I'm gonna come back and go to bed. Okay, now I'm ready to talk. Good morning. Friday morning. I was going through my comments yesterday, just kind of catching up on them, because for the past like week or so I haven't really responded to any or like read through them. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, which I feel like there probably aren't many people who have been, just because I've switched so much, but you might remember when I was doing a lot of computer science and coding based videos. And you might remember the videos that came after that were basically me talking about how unhappy I was with that industry. And it wasn't necessarily the industry, it was kind of the community within that industry that I had grown up with. Because I started coding at the beginning of high school, which means by the time I finished my degree in 2020, I had already been coding for like 8 years, the better part of a decade. And it had been in a very rigid, male-dominated, sometimes elitist kind of environment and community. Obviously not everyone was like that, but there was just a lot of baggage that came with being in computer science, a lot of baggage that I found very difficult to carry as someone who does, you know, lots of other things. Like I didn't want to sell my soul to computer science and coding. I'm also a tiny little bit of a hippie. I feel like there aren't a lot of us in computer science. And there were just a lot of things that like, it was a constant battle for me. So I wasn't sure if relearning all of the coding, not relearning, but refreshing the skills, I guess, and kind of reteaching myself, I wasn't sure if that would be a good idea and if that was actually something that I wanted to focus on, because I have like some negative connotations and some negative experiences from like my previous career in computer science. But I will say I've been thinking about it for multiple weeks now, and the breakthrough I had yesterday with, you know, this whole idea to create websites that are fun and exciting and that promote and support like authors and artists. That is a part of computer science that I feel like I didn't really have before, and that's something that kind of relit the passion for this industry for me. I also think it's been incredible because I follow so many people like on Instagram or just that I've spoken to that are like me in computer science now. There's so much more diversity in computer science now, and it's no longer like the stereotype of this guy that just sits in a dark cave and codes all day, which obviously it's a stereotype. Again, not everyone in computer science is like that. I'm really glad that since leaving school, I've gotten to see a new side of computer science and coding, and I've gotten to see more diversity in it and more support for different people doing coding, and a lot of stereotypes being broken, and now it's genuinely just something, a skill that's very, very useful for the modern technology-based world, and it's something that like anyone can do if they really want to. And it's so much less of an elitist thing now and more of like a way to open up endless opportunities for people to like advance their businesses and promote themselves and learn how to like work with technology. I'm really glad that I've gotten to see that side of it, and that the idea of creating something with my computer science degree that like supports the author artist community that I'm such a big part of, I'm so glad that I've been able to find that now and that I've been able to like relight the passion for that. So yeah, currently on the path to doing freelance website development, full stack website development, and at least like get my portfolio updated, get some new projects in it, and then yeah, see where we go from there. So here's our to-do list for the day. It's massive, and I also need to catch up on stuff from yesterday because I did not finish all the stuff. I need to ship a lens that I'm selling. I did go through my emails on my phone just to like empty them out a bit, but there are a couple that I need to respond to that I'm gonna do on my laptop. I still didn't go into Notion and make that web development timeline or the Between the Waves timeline, so I do need to do that. I also need to clean up my desktop and specifically my downloads folder because there's just way too much stuff in it and it really needs to be tidied up. And then we move on to what's actually for today, which is create 3 basic author website layouts. I already have one that I am starting, which you guys saw. I think this one's just going to be like a kind of like a scroll through, like you click the section you're interested in, it just scrolls to that section, kind of like a one-pager, nice and simple. Make a content plan for the next month. This has to do with like my taxes. I need to call the dog's vet because she needs to go in for a checkup. We need to make sure that she's healing. She looks much better than she did though, so I think she is. I need to submit some vet claims. It's also not my dog. I feel like I should specify that. It is not my dog, it is my partner's, but my partner is still out of the country, so I'm just like doing some of the stuff for her while he's gone. And then I need to make a Patreon plan. So it's a lot of like businessy freelance stuff today. I am gonna do some writing during my self-imposed lunch break, I guess. Just to have like a nice creative break. There is a lot to do, but it's a lot of like organizational stuff that I just really want to get done. I feel like it'll clear my head a bit when I get these things done. It's almost 9 o'clock. I've already started doing all the emails, getting that done while I have my coffee. I think I'll probably run to the post office after this and get this lens shipped off. Basically sitting on Luna, but this couch is just not big enough for both of us. I just hit 50,000 in the draft 2 manuscript. We are currently 4 to 5 scenes away from like crossing the midpoint. There is something pretty exciting that's about to happen for the midpoint that is it needs to be entirely rewritten for this draft because it's completely new for this one. I've probably written about 12 to 1500 words today, I think, maybe a bit more than that. I'm gonna take a break now. I'm gonna drive over to the store and get some chips because I want to sit and like, I don't know, I feel like I was thinking about maybe reading for my break, but I don't think I actually like have the mental energy to read right now. I kind of want to watch like a TV show. So I'm gonna watch a docu-drama, I guess, called The Lost Pirate Kingdom. Hoping maybe it can like inspire and kind of get me back into the pirate mood, I guess. I still am in the pirate mood, but I just like need a break from writing. So I'm gonna pop over to the store, grab some snacks so that we can sit down and watch the docu-series. And then I think Luna and I are gonna cuddle up on the couch for a couple hours just because it's freaking cold outside and there's supposed to be a snowstorm tonight. So I kind of just want to like get what I need, come home, get nice and cozy, and basically prepare to be snowed in. Remember like 2 days ago when I said I was going to go through and make like kind of organize some timelines on my Notion? I still have yet to do that. It's Saturday night. We're gonna do that now because I kind of want tomorrow to be a chill day since it's Sunday. I feel like I did lots of editing, I did lots of writing today, which is all good things, but I just, before I keep like pushing forward, I really want to kind of go through and have some sort of timeline, some sort of goal outline, I guess, some sort of structure so that I know what I'm working with. I've used Notion before just for like personal stuff. I just like haven't really kept up with it, and I haven't made use of all of the functionality. So I'm gonna go through. I don't know if I'll empty out all of this stuff right now because I think that'll just take too long, but I am going to add the timelines that I was talking about. We're gonna make the web development timeline, the Between the Waves timeline, and then the content calendar for my YouTube channel. It's gonna be YouTube specifically, not including like Instagram or TikTok, because TikTok I'm just like not really planning anything with right now. I kind of want to get my other social channels under control before I actually like start to do some sort of structure with TikTok. And then Instagram, if you saw my community post yesterday, I'm still on the fence about whether or not I want to create a new Instagram for myself as an author, or if I want to just use my personal Instagram for all of my author things, including like a sprinkle of personal things. So that's why I'm not doing a plan for TikTok or Instagram just yet. It is a YouTube specific content calendar. I'm gonna try and finish both of these before 9 p.m. because then from like 9 to 10:30 or whenever I go to bed, I just want to do a little bit of tidying. I want to listen to like some lo-fi beats, you know, some like sleep music almost, or just like super chill music, do a face mask, probably meditate. It's gonna be great. I want to like wind down. So ignore my messy bedroom and my sword in the background, but Luna is like literally already in bed and ready to go to sleep. Same girl. We went for a run today and that's more exercise than either of us have done all week. So we are ready for a good night's rest. Okay, so I've got my web development timeline laid out. I think I need to learn a bit more about Notion because I want to figure out how to color code it a bit more. I feel like it's just really boring when it's only white. So I need to figure out if there's something that I can do to kind of make that a little more exciting for me to look at. So I basically have what I am doing to refresh my skills, get my web development back up to par, rebuild a portfolio specifically catered towards authors because that's what I want to focus on. I expect to be done those projects by mid-March, at which point I hope to be actually like starting to onboard clients basically and trying to find some clients to work with. This is a pretty loose schedule for web development. I have a feeling I might finish some of these things sooner than I expect to, which would be great. But it's good to have all of my projects kind of laid out and understand when they need to be started, when they need to be done, and kind of get an overview, like a timeline view of what I actually need to be doing and when. I also went and created an updated timeline for Between the Waves and its kind of publishing journey. I got as far as the end of August this year, at which point I want to be able to send to a couple critique partners. I'm not entirely confident that this timeline is going to stay exactly as it is right now, only because I've never gotten this far into a book in such a structured way. Usually it's kind of just me editing it and hoping for the best. But in this case, I actually have the types of edits that I want to do, like specifically a structural edit and then a character arc edit, and then I want to send to critique partners. So I have it a little bit more organized, but I think we're gonna go over this completely in another video because I also have some updates about kind of like how I want to publish it. Then I went through and made my content calendar for YouTube. I have the next 4 weeks planned out. 2 of the videos over the next 4 weeks are already filmed, so next week's videos are already taken care of. And then I will be filming another 3 videos next week. Luckily, some of those are sit-down videos, so they're a little bit easier in that they just don't take quite as long as far as filming actually goes. They take longer as far as scripting goes. It's kind of just, you know, when I have things like the 1 week long challenge or like a week in the life of an aspiring author kind of videos, those take a lot longer to film, and usually there's a lot more to edit because there's just so many more moving parts. I'm also basically always having new ideas for YouTube videos and for content that I want to produce, so I'd always adjust based on whether or not there's going to be like a new video that I think would be a bit more important and I need to like shift the timeline a little bit to make that work. It is 9:15. I'm so tired. I don't want to stare at a screen anymore. I don't want to do anything else. I think I'm gonna do some reading before I go to bed. I'm either gonna read The Science of Storytelling, which is a book that I showed you in my prep for a 10K day video. I would consider it a craft book. It's like a nonfiction book about the purpose of storytelling and kind of like the history of storytelling and how to do it well and like why it is such a key part of humanity, I guess. I might read that before I go to bed, or if I'm feeling a fiction novel instead, I'm considering reading This Is How You Lose the Time War. I've heard really good things about it. Booklist describes it as a twisting sapphic time travel fantasy love story that never stops surprising. Readers will reach the end and want to turn back to the start. So I don't know, I'm either gonna read this or I'm going to read a bit of The Science of Storytelling before I go to bed. This vlog is gonna be so freaking long and so much to edit, but I hope that you all enjoyed this absolute whirlwind of an update vlog. We had lots of updates as far as my life goes right now and as far as my writing journey goes. I feel like both of those things are confusing and always all over the place, and that's kind of just how life goes sometimes. I'm really happy to be back. I missed making lots of writing videos, so I'm glad that I feel like I have the creative capacity to do so again. I'm excited for what's to come, and yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.